Blue City Blues. Let's take a live look here in New York City today. Fresh off that decision to just skip the Israel Day parade, you have Mayor Zohran Mamdani sparking fresh outrage again. What's happening? Well, this time he's supporting the removal of former New York City Mayor Ed Koch's name from the 59th Street Bridge. If you know the geography, you could see it there in the distance. Mamdani was reportedly one of two politicians who told an LGBTQ group he'd be in favor of removing Koch's name from the bridge over his alleged mishandling of the 1980s AIDS crisis. Now, Mayor Koch, who died in 2013, served the city for 3 terms and was the second Jewish mayor of the Big Apple. All right, let's bring in our panel. Pleased to have foreign affairs analyst Harley Lippman with us today. He was, by the way, the official grand marshal of last year's Israel Day Parade. Harley, always good to have you. And former New York State Assemblyman Dov Hikind, who's also the founder of Americans Against Anti-Semitism. I want to put another point into all of this. So apparently there was a questionnaire by the liberal LGBT Democrat club that was used in decision-making on candidate endorsements. So there's no bill on this Koch thing. But Dov, your thoughts on this? Why is he focused on this with all the problems New York City has? And Ed Koch, he's a Jewish mayor. Does that have something to do with this?
You know, I don't know, but Mamdani is a radical Islamist. We need to be constantly at the top of our game because he is incredibly dangerous. The Israeli Day Parade was a major success, and nobody missed Mamdani. Nobody missed them. I got to tell you, Bianca, the people who were talking about why isn't Mamdani coming, God Almighty, who needed him there? He's against the Jewish state. He's a person, an individual who is contributing to the fear and the violence directed against Jews, period.
Right. And now he's going after Mayor Koch. He served 3 terms. I mean, there's some footage that we have here when he had the bridge. He said, "Welcome to my bridge." He's not even alive, Harley, to defend himself. To Dov's point, too, I mean, being absent from the Israeli Day Parade, instead, where was Mamdani? Just riding around on a bike, but a lot of people who were there in attendance obviously had a great time. You were the Grand Marshal last year. Talk to us about the unity that this parade brings.
Well, it's the largest expression in the world outside of Israel of support and solidarity for Israel, not only for Jewish Americans to show pride and the connection they have to the Jewish nation, but there was Protestants, Catholics, blacks. We had Muslims who accept peaceful coexistence with Israel, all with us. On my float, I had someone who was a Sikh, for example, who wanted to jump on the float with an American and Israeli flag, and we welcomed him. I didn't know him, never met him, but I think that a lot of people are pushing back and showing their pride against the discrimination. Mamdani, this is what comes with very leftist politics, is prejudice, racism, discrimination, all the very things that supposedly they are fighting against. They're the ones the most guilty of.
I want to play a little bit from New York Congressman Mike Lawler, who talked with Newsmax. He was at the parade. He talked about the rampant anti-Semitism in our entire country that is happening right now. Here he is.
It was clear the level of Jew hatred that we see across our society, and the fact that a son of a U.S. senator felt okay engaging in gross anti-Semitism simply because he thought I was Jewish, and when he found out I wasn't, apologized to me for thinking I was, as if somehow being Jewish is a sin. It is shameful, and I think it is something that too many of our fellow Americans experience.
Dov, obviously the fact of the matter is there's a rise in anti-Semitism. We're calling it out. We're calling it what it is, but the solution needs to happen.
Well, exactly. Sunday was a great day, but we're back to Monday and Tuesday with things, anti-Semitism out of control. the Jewish community in fear, concern, and there needs to be a new approach. And Americans Against Anti-Semitism is working right now to create a Jewish defense force. I'm not going to go into any details, but Jews need to be tough and strong and proud. And if the bad guys, the anti-Semites, are going to come into Jewish communities to create terror, Jews need to be there to stop them. Period. Stay tuned.
Jewish Defense Force. I won't press you, but yes, please come back when you're ready to break that news with us. Dov Hikind, Harley Lippman, always great to have you both with us. I thank you for your thoughtful comments on Mamdani and also the great parade that was successful and positive yesterday. Certainly a great time, and we're happy it was safe. Thank you both.